In our constant quest to provide you with mind-altering experiences, here's one: 15 facts that will change the way you see the world. Every year, the bright minds in the scientific community discover surprising new facts that turn our world upside down. Who'd have thought that the thicker a man's beard is, the more likely he is to lose his hair later on? See? Mind blown! And that's just one of the 15 facts we've put together that will completely change the way you see the world. Now, before we get down to it, take a moment to subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications to keep up with all our updates. Counting down from number 15. Acne slows down aging. Wow! Researchers at King's College London found that the cells of people who had acne in their youth have better built-in protection against aging. How so? It comes down to things called telomeres. They're like tiny caps on the end of chromosomes that protect your DNA from damage. Basically, the longer the telomeres, the slower your cells age. In the study, the researchers measured the telomeres in over 1,200 twins and found that those who had had acne growing up had longer telomeres than those who didn't have to deal with pimples. Maybe that'll help you look on the bright side if you or someone you know is dealing with blemishes. At least you'll look youthful for longer. Number 14. Babies cry with an accent. German scientists have found that infants cry with an intonation similar to that of their mother's speech. Babies can hear their mom's voice in the womb, and they apparently take note of it too. Dr. Kathleen Wormke and her research team at the University of Würzburg analyzed the cries of 60 newborns. Half of them were born in German-speaking families, and scientists noticed that this group had a clear falling intonation in their cries. The other half were born in French-speaking families, and unlike the first group, they cried with a rising intonation. I wonder if babies have regional dialects. Well, the French ones. Number 13. Cockroaches can bite. Cockroaches don't normally bite people when they have other food to enjoy. But according to the experts at Orkin Pest Control, it does still happen. Their bites can cause irritation, swelling, and sometimes even lesions. Their favorite places to munch on are fingernails, eyelashes, feet, and hands. Fortunately, this sort of situation is very unlikely to happen, unless there's an extreme infestation going on that causes their normal food supply to run out. Number 12. Cats have an internal compass. Hey, that's what you get for swallowing shiny objects. Multiple studies have shown that a cat's brain cells are sensitive to the Earth's magnetic field, giving them a sort of internal compass. That means that no matter where a cat is, it can almost always find its way home. Number 11. Breast milk can change its composition. A mother's milk can change its composition if her baby is sick. Researchers at Harvard University have noticed that when a breastfeeding infant is ill, it transmits a signal to its mother's body through its saliva. Once mom's body gets this SOS, it produces more antibodies and transmits them to the baby through the breast milk. And I thought we were going to get chocolate milk from this. Number 10. A thick beard is a sign of future baldness. Here's that paradoxical fact we mentioned earlier. The thicker a man's beard and the faster it grows, the more likely he is to suffer from baldness later on in life. As strange and scary as it might sound, it was actually proven by French scientists at the University of Lyon. The reason why men go bald is that the lack of hair on the head helps compensate for the heat created by a growing beard. Thus, the optimal body heat balance is maintained. So that explains why I've seen so many bald guys with long, bushy beards. Number 9. The cholesterol-free label on vegetable oil is merely a marketing ploy. The next time you see a cholesterol-free vegetable oil at the grocery, hold off before you lay down extra cash to pay for it, because this is simply a marketing trick. It's true that cholesterol can only be found in fats of animal origin, But does this make vegetable oils 100% safe and super healthy? Well, no, not really. They have tons of polyunsaturated fats, and getting too much of those can throw the balance of healthy natural fats in your body all out of whack. The safest kind is coconut oil, since it contributes to healthy fat composition. Number 8. Men also have PMS. It's not only the ladies who have to deal with the symptoms of PMS. Men experience a similar syndrome called IMS, or irritable male syndrome to be more precise. It's associated with a decrease in testosterone levels in the blood that results in irritability, depression, and being withdrawn. Unlike PMS, IMS doesn't revolve around some cycle and doesn't occur every month. It can be a result of major stress. And while the ladies might argue that they have it a whole lot worse, this condition in men often causes family conflicts, so it's better to treat it like an actual medical problem. Number 7. There is such a thing as joke addiction. Sometimes when a person suffers from some traumatic brain injury, they'll have an abnormally hyped-up sense of humor after their recovery. Yes, this is an actual neurological disease known as joke addiction. In this case, the constant creation of puns is pathological, according to UCLA brain researchers who studied 2 cases of compulsive joke-making. In the first case, a 69-year-old man would wake his wife up in the middle of the night for 5 years just to share a joke he'd come up with. It turned out that a brain hemorrhage was to blame for his problem. In the second case, a 57-year-old man with dementia lost his job because he kept interrupting the work process with his constant and often inappropriate wisecracking. Well, good thing we don't know anybody like that now, do we? Wow, what happens if you have both IMS and joke addiction? Well, sometimes you get to narrate stories on the bright side. Anyway, number 6. Watermelon snow is a real thing. Some mountain ranges, like the Sierra Nevada in California for instance, hide something really special in the summertime. I mean, what could be more extraordinary than watermelon snow? It's pink, and it tastes and smells just like watermelons. It's caused by Chlamydomonas nivalis. Aren't you impressed I could say that? Which is a species of algae that contains a natural red pigment. In case you want to see some of this unique snow, you need to climb to an altitude of 10,000 to 12,000 feet. Number 5. Only 22% of people can wiggle their ears. If you can wiggle your ears, then you belong to a very exclusive group. Researchers in the School of Communication Disorders at the University of Sydney analyzed 442 individuals. Just a few of them could move their ears, and that was only if they raised their eyebrows at the same time. And if you look at the entire world's population, only 22% can move each of their ears one by one. And a mere 18% can wiggle both ears at the same time. Isn't that special? Number 4. People who constantly complain live longer. Oh, thank goodness. According to Dr. Robin Kowalski, a professor of psychology at Clemson University, people who are on the pessimistic side and constantly complain live longer than those who have a more positive outlook on life. This is because these Debbie Downers relieve themselves of stress when they let their negative feelings out. Once they get it off their chest, they feel much less or no stress at all. Of course they don't. They just passed it out to everyone else in the room. So, the next time someone starts telling you how much their life sucks and why, feel free to reciprocate and complain about all your personal injustices too. Number 3. Red cabbage can change color in different kinds of water. The color of red cabbage can change depending on the water it's being cooked in. This is due to the fact that water pH levels differ. Cabbage will remain pink in acidic water. It will turn purple in water with a neutral pH, and it gets a nice shade of emerald in alkaline water. Test it out for yourself and let us know how it goes. Number 2. An hourglass figure speaks of high intelligence. In a study of 16,000 women, researchers at the University of Pittsburgh and the University of California have found that ladies with an hourglass figure can boast a higher level of intelligence than lanky or rounder women. This can be explained by the fact that curvy women in particular develop more omega-3 fatty acids and store them on their hips. Storing this fat in this exact area contributes to a more active development of the brain and allows it to stay young for longer. That's not to say, of course, that women with different body types can't be intelligent. Scientists have simply found a trend. Hey, you're smart and beautiful no matter what your body shape is. And number 1. Lovers' hearts beat in sync. When a man is in love, his heart beats in the same rhythm as the heart of his partner. Dr. Emilio Ferrer, a UC Davis psychology professor, proved this in a series of experiments. This might be due to the fact that people intuitively developed a habit of imitating the body rhythms of their beloved in order to make their connection even stronger. It's interesting to note that the ladies, more so than the gentlemen participating in the experiment, subconsciously tried to show synchronism in their heartbeat and breathing during the study. And so goes the rhythm of love. So, which of these facts surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to click subscribe. I mean it now, don't forget, to stay on the bright side of life. But it's okay to complain about it.